Oh, hey guys, it's Mike here, and I'm just looking at the diagnostic system called Vida, which is built for Volvo cars, and I've got it loaded onto my laptop now. I'm looking at some interesting things you can do with VGLA or VGL. Stuff like, if I click on central lock motors and I choose lock, and then I go down and press start, my central lock's just activated. And then if I choose unlock, choose unlock and then start, whatever you do here, you've got to press stop after you do it, so then you can get your display back. See how your display greys out? You can't do anything else until you press stop. So for example, if I wanted to check my central locking motor, or just my driver's door motor, I press driver's door, then I highlight lock, and then I press start. It's supposed to have locked. Maybe it's already locked, I'll just check. Yeah, not too sure about that. It didn't really work. Now this is an interesting one, the LED that's up on the dash. I've never seen it light up on this car, but watch now. And there she blows. Because I asked it to blow. One of the things I'm not sure about is whether my car actually has an alarm system. I have no idea. I wasn't given any remotes with the car. I'm kind of guessing that this car was supplied with a factory alarm. I don't know. I'm doing the direction indicator routine now. Okay, so I've just pressed start and my indicators are on, like it's going through an alarm activation routine. I press stop and they turn off. Now I've pressed alarm, possible activation is set, but all these tests oddly don't seem to work unless the ignition's on. Now, I've tried these out before, like for the LED for example. Now it's not working. It doesn't like being upset. I think hang on. Oh no, yep, the LED's working again. Won't work when the key's in the accessory position. So, and when I press alarm start, well, with the ignition on, how are you supposed to tell if the alarm's working or not? I mean, one of the ways I could tell is if the alarm was on and it had an immobilizer, I shouldn't be able to start the car. That starts fine. Oh, hello. Hang on. Aha! Well, I just found something out that's really cool. I just turned it off. And I've still got... Oh geez, what have I done? I think I've activated... Okay. Well, I did something there. I activated some sort of ignition killing immobilized state. Oh man. Yeah. Well, this has been really cool. Next up, I'm looking at so this is a 99 model with a 4-speed. I'm looking at the TCM and just looking at parameters. Okay, so I can have a look and see what position the PNP thinks the lever is in. Now this is great for if you fit a new PNP switch and you're calibrating it. Your value is P and the lever's in P. I can't show you that because my console bulb is blown, so that's something I have to do. Just going to remove that from the list. And the other thing which I found was really cool, under Activations tab, is you can actually like turn on your solenoids. I'm kind of assuming that I'm going to have the ignition off for this. I'm not going to be operating any solenoids with the engine running. I can't hear anything. Let's see. Okay, it says TCM solenoid 1 status off. Possible activation on. Start. No. Okay, so we'll do this with the ignition on. Okay. Well, it's changing its state from on to off. We'll do the same with S2. Status is now on. So let's turn it up. Oh, sorry. Let's activate it to off. Okay. And let's see if the status changes. Yeah, it sure does. So this is a way for people to test their solenoids if they're having gearbox problems with Vida. Now this is the solenoid line pressure control. Current status is off. Now, just because it changes to an on state, it doesn't mean the solenoid's working. I think what it's telling you is that the voltage is being applied. It doesn't know what position the solenoid is in because the solenoid doesn't have position sensors. Okay. And there's some other stuff here in Advanced tab. I wanted to just... Okay, I didn't know this. The 4 speeds, according to this, I've programmed in AW5042, has got a resetting transmission oil replacement counter. It's asking me which engine number do I have. Do I have any of those? Well, that's a no. I don't have a B5202. They're all 2-valve versions, so I don't have those. And then it's telling me turn my ignition on, connect my VCT 2000, which this is not, and I'm going to press continue because I have just put new fluid in recently. And get this too, we've got a resetting the adaptation. I didn't know you could do this on a 4-speed. Apparently with the 4 speeds you do it by just disconnecting one battery terminal and touching them together, and you basically get yourself a reset. But it says here each gear shift is evaluated by the control module and stored in the memory. This allows for compensation for wear and tear in the transmission and clutch. It is important that the adaptation in the memory is reset after the transmission has been repaired. This is to ensure normal operation. The oil is replaced during repair. The transmission oil change counter must be reset. If the counter is not reset when the fluid is drained and replaced, there is a risk that a DTC will be stored in incorrect circumstances. Note this applies only if the transmission or one of the components in the transmission have been replaced. Well, no, I haven't replaced anything in my transmission, so I'm not going to do that. But I have changed the oil, so I've done the oil. Now there's another one here called activating line pressure solenoid. Why I would do that, I don't know. Well, I don't know what that means, and it's taking me to another window. But yeah, as you can see, there's some really amazing stuff here. If I go through fault trace, for example, I can look at the state of my car back on the 9th of the 6th 2012. This is when we had a bunch of error codes. I don't know which of those is still with us. I believe the only one with us is the PSR 424, which is about number 7 down. That one is still with us because I put an 850 power seat module in, and it seems to think that it's not the right one. Well, that's fair enough. It isn't, and it's reporting correctly. Something about the fan motor passenger compartment temperature sensor signal faulty. Yeah, I don't know about that. That seems to be okay now because it's not in the delivery tab. We did have ABS I think problems with this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I got a unit from Matty Moo, and we put it in this car, and it's sorted out the ABS front left faulty signal and front left signal missing. ABS pump motor faulty signal. We got rid of the control module internal fault signal. They're all gone. SRS, we sorted that out by fitting a resistor across the connector going to the seat. We were not using a 99 model seat, we're using a 96 model seat, so I had to deal with the connector that went to the airbag, and I put a couple of resistors equaling about 3 ohms across it. What else do we have? These belt buckle ones I think are gone now. I don't know what that means. Maybe they had some corroded connections or something. They seem to be all gone. Vehicle speed sensor, we had this is a 96 gearbox fitted to a 99 car. What I failed to do is put the 99 speed sensor back in to my 96 gearbox. They're a different sensor, and it was looking for the particular impedance of or particular signal that a 99 signal gives. So that's all sorted out. ECM, yeah, that's gone. Don't have that anymore. So if we look at delivery, this tells us the current state of the car. Vida's a bit slow. I haven't got the recommended 2 gig on my laptop. I've got 1.5 gig of RAM. It is, I think, a dual core, like a 1.4 or something like that. No, it's a 1.8. Okay, we've got an immobilizer communication, faulty communication. I've never had that before. ECM 720A. Possibly when I just did that little trick with the alarm, putting it in alarm mode. See, I don't know if that's really a problem. Oh yeah, okay. So it's there, starts, and it explains to me what actually happened. Engine does not start. When you've got an immobilizer problem. And that's true, the engine didn't start. Problems with the power, it doesn't explain what the power seat control panel not connected, doesn't really tell me anything up there about that. It's looking for a power seat module because I have the power seat fuse in, and it's looking for the correct power seat fuse. Climate control module's interesting. Yeah, I'm coming in soon. Yeah, I know you do. I'm just doing a video. And I won't be long. Combustion. Okay, no, we haven't got a CPM combustion preheater module, so we're not going to do that one. IMM, yeah, it's the alarm. Well, look, I'm gonna cut it short. The ECM's an interesting one too. The ECM is communication. I think yeah, here we go. ECM. Oh, okay, it's raining. I better shut the windows. You know, it's been a warm day and it's really uncomfortable here in Melbourne because we had a warm, sticky day and now it's raining, and I've got mosquitoes here in this car with me that have just started to bite my back. So I think I will go inside. On the ECM, this is really cool. We've got, wow. This is really interesting. It says here, I haven't got cruise control fitted to this car, but I have got a cruise control switch fitted, and just by flicking the switch on and off, it's telling me what state the switch is in. This system's really smart. Cruise control resume. What state is that? That's off. Yeah, I'm just flicking it up to resume. So that's testing my switch. Cruise Plus. So this is checking my Cruise Plus contact. And I'm just going to flick it And just get that mouse out of the way. On. Yep. So now the contact's okay. I'm going to check my cruise minus. Yep, that was on. Yeah, that's working. So I know that all the contacts in my switch are fine. You know, these systems are just amazing. You couldn't do this with an OBD2, just a diagnostic unit. Without Vida, you're pretty much, you know, you got to take items out. Like if the cruise control switch was suspect, you'd have to take it out, test it, yeah, see if it's okay. Run some contact tests with a meter. I mean, look at this, it's just unbelievable. And the beauty of this, this is adaptive fueling execution condition. What? Now, what's the state of that? Not executed. What on earth is that? Camshaft position sensor. What position is that in? High. If I turn the motor over slightly, it's still high. Still high. Still high. Let's see if we can get it into a low state, which means the little flag is... Oh, hang on. This is a 99, so it doesn't use... Gee, these are a bit different. Yeah. These are a little bit different. Yeah. This is not the traditional camshaft sensor. This is a Denso system. So it's got a very different camshaft sensor. We're not going to get it to go into a low state, I think. Just going to remove some of this stuff. Oh man, these mozzies have really got me. Fuel pump relay. Okay. What does that mean? Off. Okay. So I'll toggle the ignition. Probably was on, but they turn off after 1 second. It probably wasn't quick enough to catch it. I can test my brake light switch. Yeah, that's a good one. Just pressing my brake pedal now. It's not... No, okay, brake light switch is on. Brake light switch is off. And then we can put all sorts of things in, like vehicle speed and battery voltage. This is a good one. You want to know what your battery voltage is. We don't need a multimeter when we've got battery voltage. Let me just have a look at that. Yeah, 12.5. It's looking okay. All sorts of stuff here. Yeah, brake pedal position, accelerator, PWM. Now this is useful for if we're trying to fault find our ETM. Our ETM, we're getting all sorts of codes. Now it says 8%. My foot's not on it. Now it is. It's about 2/3 now. It should be reading. Yep, 53. Flat to the floor. And it should come up with, I don't know, 100%? 87. Hey, I want this to go 100%. Where's my 100% throttle? I've only got 88. Does that mean it's only going to go 88% as quick as it can? Oh well. Throttle angle, desired value. This is interesting. I'm going to have a look at this as well. Now this is more to do with our ETM. I've got ignition on. 3.43%. 34%. Interesting. Okay, throttle angle desired value, and you compare that to the actual value. Now, this is interesting. It should be, wow. Shouldn't desired and actual be equal? I'm just going to press it. Okay, I know why. Because these ETMs actually disengage. It takes about 12 seconds for this ETM to reset itself. No, it hasn't. Oh. I'm getting a problem with my power here. I hope I don't lose this. Anyway, you don't want to. Yeah, I'm not going to bother about that. Absolute, yeah, okay. So I mean, we can look at our mass airflow sensor while the engine's running. That's something I would like to have a look at. I know nothing about mass airflow sensors. I know that when you're idling, something about it being around the 5 mark. So in what's G per second? Well, let's have a look. 0 at the moment. Let's have a look. Oh, come on. Okay, yep. Okay, so we got about 4.92. Apparently that's ideal for idling. Look at the revs up at about 2,500. We're reading 10.98. I have no idea if that's correct. Misfire counter 1. We did have a misfire on this car. On cylinder 1. But I think it's all been reset with the batteries being disconnected and made flat. Injection time, oxygen sensor front, element current. Oh yeah, this is really cool. love it? Don't you love it? Long-term fuel trim data. This is what you see the pros working on when they look at cars and they look at the long-term fuel trim data. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so we're going to get rid of these cruise things because this has really caught my eye. Now, long-term fuel trim data, area 1. Okay, just looking at that. In area 1. Told you to stay away from area 1. It's off limits. I'm kind of crazy. But you can go into area 2. That's the same. So, you know, well, yeah. NOx sensor. Okay. I want to look at this because the NOx sensor on the 850 block, which is what's installed in my 99, is in a different position. It's called a NOx sensor final retard value for all cylinders. Ooh, I don't know if that's good. Well, don't know what that means. Yeah. So, you know, it's a really powerful system, and it's able to give you a lot of diagnostic information at your fingertips, and that's what I love about the latest in computer-controlled engine management systems and computer-controlled diagnostic systems. They're just really, really awesome. And I'm just going to log out. Should we close this window? Yes. Yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope this has brought a few of you a little closer to understanding Vida. It sure has brought me a little closer to understanding Vida. There's a few things in there I'd never looked into. I mean, you could be there. It's a bit like the internet, you know. You could be there all night, and YouTube, you could be there all night clicking away, and you still won't even see half of it. Yeah, so thank you for having a listen, and tune in, and maybe next time we'll go through something else with Vida, or we'll look at some other interesting aspect of Volvos. Cheers.